Okay, so can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? I hope so. Let me check. Hold on. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, yeah, I think so. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am Undead Sick 83, your governor of movie reviews, and it's time for another live stream. So, yeah, here I am. It's my week off, so I'm on vacation at home, of course, because I can't travel. But it is what it is. But I've had plenty of time, and I thought, why not? Let's do another live stream. So I hope you will check this live stream out. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the chat, and we'll get to it. Sit back and enjoy, and I hope you will enjoy this stream. So let's see where we are. We have Jerry here. Jerry, let's see, what are you saying? Good evening, brother. Hope you've had a pleasant first week of 2022. Do you plan to attend a movie theater in January? Well, first of all, Jerry, let me say Happy New Year to you as well. I hope you had a good New Year's Eve and all of that. Do I plan to attend a movie theater? In January? Yes, absolutely. However, the thing of it is, COVID numbers have been rising again in Holland, where I live. So the numbers are not really good at this point. So yeah, COVID numbers are rising again, and basically we are in, well, a little bit of a lockdown now, and everything is closed, except for supermarkets and all of that, of course, the basic needs. But apart from that, everything is closed, shops, theaters, cinemas and stuff. So hopefully that won't take too long. Hopefully the numbers will go down a bit later on, but we'll have to wait and see. But at this point, I can't go to the movie theater. But let's hope it will. Let's hope it will clear up soon, and then we can go back to the cinema, because I have a lot of movies I want to watch this year. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. But it's it is what it is, I guess. You have to roll with the punches, I guess, right? You have to roll with the punches. But I still have a lot of movies that I have to watch, that I collected. So I can still watch a lot of movies, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to going back to the cinema. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's see. Do we have anyone else already? No. Okay. Well, there you go. So I don't know how it is with you, Jerry. Are the movie theaters still open in your country? I don't know how it is there, but I keep hearing more and more lockdowns taking place and stuff. So yeah, it is. It's kind of a bummer. For us movie fans, it's kind of a bummer. Are you excited for the upcoming Scream movie? I don't really know, to be honest, because I wasn't. Here's the thing: I wasn't a very big fan of the Scream franchise to begin with. I mean, I liked the first one. The second one was okay, but the third one, but especially the fourth one, they, in my opinion, they just weren't very good. So I don't know. Well, it's, I haven't seen the trailer yet. I will probably watch it in cinema. I'm probably going to watch it, but am I excited for it? Mm, I think it's 50-50, probably more 60-40. 60% excitement probably, but I'm I'm still quite skeptical about the movie. So, but I'm probably going to see it in cinema. So, yeah, I haven't watched any trailers or anything. So, but I know that Courtney Cox is coming back, and Nev Campbell, and David Arquette, of course, as Sydney and Gail, and Dewey, Dwight. So those characters are coming back, which I think is good. I mean, you want the core characters, the central characters, to be there. But apart from that, I'll I'll have to wait and see. I'm going to watch it, but I'm skeptical. That's the best I can do right now. I'm skeptical. So, yeah. Mm. But it's like, that's another thing. Like, it's not directed by Wes Craven as well. It's the first movie that's not directed by Wes Craven, of the movies, of course, because yeah, sadly we lost Wes Craven, of course. But so that's another thing why I'm quite skeptical about it. You know, um, Jerry is saying, we've had a terrible COVID situation here in Russia last fall, so we had to go in under complete lockdown for a couple of weeks. Okay. So yeah. It's that's what we have here right now as well. So it's we don't really know how long it's going to be, and we'll have to wait and see. Of course, I mean, we have started with booster vaccinations. As a matter of fact, I've had my booster vaccination, so I'm good. I've had my third one. I've had my booster vaccination, so I have my QR codes and all of that stuff. Um, so I'm good, but hopefully the numbers will, hopefully the numbers will soon, like, go down, and then we can go back to a a relatively normal thing, right? And then we can go back to the movie theater. So we'll have to wait and see. But I think it's funny, because I think the first movies that were supposed to come out, um, I think they already moved those to, like, February, probably. I think they did. I think they already moved, like, the movies that were gonna take place in January, and I think they already moved those to February. So just in case, they moved Morbius, they moved Moonfall, I believe it was. I think they moved Scream as well, by the way. Um, but yeah, they moved a lot of movies. So just in case, I guess. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I guess we'll have to wait and see what it does. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Let's see, where are we? Okay, think I have that one. Yeah, no good. But it's funny, by the way, because because I managed to see one last movie before we went into lockdown. I managed to. I mean, I'm very happy I did, but I managed to watch Spider-Man No Way Home in cinema. Like that was the last movie that I saw in cinema. So I'm very lucky that I have, that I've been able to go to that movie at least, Spider-Man No Way Home. So but that was the last movie that I saw in cinema, and that was like, I think that was like December the 10th, something like that. When I saw Spider-Man No Way Home. But that was the last movie that I saw really in cinema. So yeah, it's it's a it's a crazy world right now. It's a crazy world right now. So yeah, but but yeah, I guess what movies were coming out in January? I think it was Moonfall, uh, the new film from Roland Emmerich. It was Morbius, of course. Um, there were, there were a couple of other ones, probably Scream as well. Um, but I can't think of I can't think of other ones right now. But there were a couple of movies in January that are probably being moved to February. So yeah, it is what it is. I guess it is what it is. The good side, though, the good side that is that Spider-Man No Way Home has made $1 billion already worldwide. So that movie made a big profit. So that's good. That movie made a lot of money, which is good. Which is good. That's what we want, right? Movie we want movies to make money. So there you go. And so that's a good thing. But apart from that, yeah, we'll have to see. Um, but there were some very interesting films that I wanted to watch in January. So yeah, Jerry, is it common for distributors in Holland to re-release classic films into theaters? In 2021, we were lucky to see Silence of the Lambs, Jarmusch's Dead Man, Clockwork Orange, and a few others. Yeah, yeah, that's what they're doing right now, actually, or at least that's what they were doing, right? Because and I think it triggers into COVID as well, because all of these movies that were supposed to be released on a date and stuff, all of those movies got moved, because of COVID, because of scheduling, right? All of the movies, they got moved because of scheduling, with COVID, because they want to have full, they want the theaters to be full. So because they have to sell the tickets. um so I think that triggers into the COVID situation, is that like they to give us at least something to watch in cinema. I think that was the mindset, to give us at least some content that we could watch in cinema. And yeah, that's what they did here as well. I think what was it again? I think it was Silence of the Lambs again. Yes. I think it was like one of the Indiana Jones movies, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think it was. Apocalypse Now was released in theaters once again, which I saw, by the way. That's a movie I saw in the theater. Apocalypse Now. But that's one that they sort of re-released in the theater. What others were there? The Lord of the Rings films. I think a Clockwork Orange as well. Yeah, I think that one was there as well. well, they had a bunch of other ones as well, but yeah, we had that here as well. Re-releases in theaters, but like I said, I think it was because of, I think it was because of the lack of content, that the theaters were like, at least they have something, right? At least, at least the movie fans get something to watch. So I think that's what it was. And it, don't get me wrong, it's good, but the sad thing is that a lot of those movies I already own on physical media. I already own those, like you know in my actual house, where I'm right now. A lot of those movies I already have in my collection, so I I I didn't have to go to the movie theater to watch those movies. So that's kind of the sad side of it, though. I mean, there weren't any like new movies that were ready for viewing and stuff. So yeah, it's that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess, right? That's the way the cookie crumbles. And it's also, of course, it's also a way to keep to keep the movie theaters flowing, right? To keep the movie theaters floating, I have to say. Because, if the theaters are closed and there are no movies that people buy tickets for, and people don't go buying popcorn or whatever, or their sodas, or you know their M&Ms or whatever, then the theaters are like, they are failing. They are like, then the movie theaters are not in a good place, because that could basically lead to shutting places down. So yeah, it's you know Jerry says, I'm sure you're even less excited about the new Texas Chainsaw reboot, which comes out next month. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. What can I say about that one? Um, what can I say about that one? I just, you know what? I'm just not a very big fan of movie remakes and movie reboots. I'm just not the biggest fan of that. I'm not a very big fan of remakes, reboots, and all of that stuff, because they will never they will never get the quality of the original film or the original films, right? They will never live up to the quality and the standard that those old films have. And I'm not completely innocent. I mean, I saw a few remakes back in the day. I think I saw the remake of Evil Dead. I saw the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, I think it was. Which other one? I saw the remake of Poltergeist, and they just didn't do it for me. I found them quite horrible, and to be quite honest, I found them disrespectful, really. Um, so so yeah, not a big fan of remakes and reboots, and so I'm not really I'm not really excited about the Texas Chainsaw reboot. No, I'm not. I'm not. That I'm sure a lot of people are excited about it, and that's good. That's good. That's fine. I celebrate that. If you're excited for it, that's fine. Maybe maybe the younger generation who hasn't seen the old movies, or haven't grown up with those movies, uh, maybe they are excited for it, and if they are, good for them. Good for them, because you know I want movies to, movies are there for viewers, right? So I want people to go and see it. I want people to go and see it, even though it's not for me. Even if it's not for me, I want people to go to it, and I want people to see it. And if they do like it, and if they are excited about it, good for them. Good for them. I celebrate that. Um, it's it's just not for me. It's just not for me. So yeah, I'd rather watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre like over and over and over again. So yeah, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. Maybe it's because maybe it's because I'm getting old, but let's not get into that. Um, Jerry says the new Texas Chainsaw is the first one in the whole franchise that won't even get a theatrical release. Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that actually. So I guess people are not that excited in general. Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's it's just it goes back to the 90s, when all of these movies were getting sequels, and basically they were TV movies. They were movies that the theaters and the studio, they already knew that those movies were not going to be successful in cinema. Those movies were not going to make money in theater, in cinema. But so they just released them on VHS or DVD, because people would at least rent them, right? Back then we still had video stores, so at least people would go out and rent all of these movies, right? So they would still make money, but outside of the theater. But yeah, that's probably the case for this one as well. It will probably be released on HBO Max, or on AMC, or any other streaming channel, maybe Netflix, or Hulu or whatever, probably somewhere on those channels where it's going to be released. But yeah, it's just, yeah, it's it's very typical with like sequels to especially horror films, right? Especially with horror films, it's very typical that the sequels, they were most of them are never going to be released in cinemas, in theaters. At least that's how it used to be. I mean, nowadays with like The Conjuring and stuff, like the Conjuring 3 is just going to be in cinema, and Annabelle Creation, or Annabelle 4, or whatever it is, it's just going to be released in theater. But back in the 80s and 90s, that was not the case. That was not the case. Those movies were always going to VHS or DVD. So yeah, I guess you're right. People are just not that excited about it, I guess. So maybe people are more on my side with this than they are, like, maybe people see things more from my point of view on that particular thing. But to each their own, I guess. It's all subjective, so it's it is what it is. Let's see, where are we? I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. So yeah, it's but let me tell you that like the remakes that I did saw, like the Evil Dead and Nightmare on Elm Street and Poltergeist as well, those remakes were just, in my personal opinion, they were trash. In my opinion, they were not good. They were not good. I shouldn't say trash. I shouldn't say trash. It's I just didn't think they were good movies. That's all. I think they were pretty bad personally. So yeah, it's it is what it is. Remakes, again, remakes and reboots, they're just not my thing. They're just not my thing. So anyway, let's see, where are we? I think we're good. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like, it's really weird, but oh, there we are. Jerry says, like, the new Chainsaw, by the way, intends to be a direct sequel to the original, much like the new Halloween sequels. The new Scream also seems to continue the original storyline. Seems to the original storyline. Yeah, it's that's what I heard actually about the Scream sequel. And you know what? That's a good thing actually. As a matter of fact, I have to say that, like, that's one movie that I did like, the Halloween from 2018, I think it was. 2018, yeah. That's one movie I did like, um, because maybe because it was a direct sequel to the original from John Carpenter, and it was sort of like bending around all of these sequels and stuff, and this was just the direct sequel to that. So maybe that's why I liked it so much. But I heard that actually, that the Scream movie, the new one, that it's going to continue the original one as well. Yeah, I heard that. And what you said there, the new Chainsaw intends to be a direct sequel to the original. Okay, so that one is a direct sequel as well. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I'll say that's interesting. That's interesting. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to check it out. But it does sound interesting actually. So yeah. Jerry also said the way the new sequels and reboots. I think you mean the way the new sequels and reboots are. They ignore all the previous sequels, and it just goes to show how unnecessary they all were. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And I think that's why I liked the new Halloween so much in from 2018, and because the Halloween franchise. Let's talk about the Halloween franchise for a moment, okay? Let's talk about the Halloween franchise for a moment, because if you take, like, for example, the first sequel to Halloween, Halloween 2, pretty fun, entertaining movie, but nowhere near as good as the original one from John Carpenter. Then you had Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, and I actually like that movie more than others. I I love that movie more than most people actually. Season of the Witch, Halloween 3. Um, I love that movie more than most people. I think it's pretty good. I think as a standalone film, it's if you if you see it apart from the Halloween franchise, I think it's a pretty good movie. Actually, I think it's a pretty damn good horror film, to be honest. Um, and it's funny as well because a lot of people say like negative things about Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. But a lot of people forget that the Halloween franchise was originally supposed to be an anthology series. The original concept for Halloween was actually anthology based. So the first movie would be with Michael Myers and Jamie Lee Curtis's character, and then the second one would be about a completely different thing, and the third one would be about a completely different situation, and the fourth one, and so on. It's only because of the fact that people loved Michael Myers so much. That's the main thing. The franchise is what it is today because people fell in love with Michael Myers. And so the studio basically decided like well, the anthology thing is not really going to work, but with this whole Michael Myers thing, we can make tons and tons of money. So let's just keep Michael Myers and make an entire franchise about that. But Halloween 3 is actually that's the only remnant of what the franchise was originally going to be. It's the only remnant of what the franchise was originally going to be as a concept. And so I love Halloween 3 more than others. I like it more than others. But then you had Halloween 4 and Halloween 5 with the niece of Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie, of course. Not really that good, like Michael Myers being in a coma and all of that stuff. And Halloween 5, it goes, that's basically a lead up to Halloween 6 with the cult and stuff like that, and Michael being controlled by this sort of like coven of witches and warlocks and stuff, which they completely take away from Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It's kind of funny, actually. It's kind of funny. So I guess in a way you could see it as an indirect sequel now because Halloween 6 is there, but yeah, it's not. But yeah, Halloween 6, with the cult and stuff, that didn't really work. And then of course Halloween 7 or Halloween H2O, where Michael Myers was a copycat, basically stupid. Halloween 8, of course, like Halloween meets Big Brother. That's basically what that was. I think that's the movie that started with like the death of Laurie, right? Jamie Lee Curtis's character dies in that one, which is really it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then of course the Rob Zombie movies, which were kind of remakes, reboots as well. So yeah, it's I mean, if you look at the Halloween franchise, it's if you look at the Halloween franchise, it's just it's a bit of a mess, to be honest, especially in terms of continuity and story elements and stuff. But going back to Halloween from 2018, I mean, I really like that movie because in terms of the original movie, the original Halloween, everything that happened in that movie in Halloween 2018, everything made sense, and everything connected to to the original. I mean, that's how I felt anyway. That's how I, my opinion about it. And so I thought that was quite good actually. I really liked Halloween 2018, but that's really the exception to the rule, really, because otherwise I'm just, yeah. Let's see. Oh, Jerry is there. Jerry is saying you're spot on, a boy, about the Halloween franchise. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, it's it's weird. It's weird. It's very weird. But it's I don't know. It's and don't forget the way Halloween, uh, 20 years later, H2O takes place in the summer. Oh, yes, yes. I forgot about that. That's true. That's true. That's true, actually. That's true. I forgot about that. How stupid of me. Yeah, oh, it's so stupid. Anyway, but yeah, I just, I don't know. I think, here's the funny thing. I think it's just something I've come to terms with the Halloween franchise. Like, I think I've kind of accepted, that it's kind of impossible for, to have all of these things, match up and stick together and make sense and stuff. I think I just, thrown that out of the window at some point. But but in terms of narrative storytelling and character evolution, it's not really good. But I just, I would have loved to see the anthology format of Halloween, actually, to be honest. I would have loved to see that. I mean, they could have done that, but I guess they were too scared to take the risk with that. So I guess they were too scared. But yeah, it is what it is. We are here. It's canon, right? It's canon. That's how I call it anyway. The movies are canon. You can't work around it. It's there, and we have to accept it and move on, I guess. But yeah, overall, the Halloween franchise is just, yeah. I only own the original one, and I only own Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Those are the only two movies I own, basically, on physical media. And because those are the movies that I really like. Those are the movies I love. And I might get Halloween 2018 on Blu-ray at some point, probably, because I like that movie so much. But that's probably it. So yeah, it's but I think it goes for many of those franchises, right? I think it goes for many of those, like the Friday the 13th franchise. That has become very convoluted as well. Child's Play as well. The sequels are just like, I think the last one I saw was like Cult of Chucky, I think it was. I think that's the last one I saw. The Child's Play movies as well. Those. With a lot of those franchises, it just goes downhill at some point, and it becomes. It almost becomes comic relief at some point, I guess, because it's so ridiculous and stupid, and like even with Evil Dead, and I love Evil Dead, but even with Evil Dead, right? Evil Dead 2 embraces the comedy, and then you have Army of Darkness, which is basically a comedy. There are personally, I don't think Army of Darkness is a horror movie. I think it's a comedy. It's a comedy set in medieval times, and there are some horror elements in it, but it's not a horror movie. So even with Evil Dead, which I love, I mean, I love Evil Dead, but even with Evil Dead, it went in a completely different direction, and it, yeah, I guess it's just par for the course. I guess it's just par for the course. You have to roll with the punches, right? You have to roll with the punches. That's just the way it is. So yeah, I guess you can't help it. You can't help it. Let's see, where are we? I think we're good. Yeah. So yeah, but let me ask you, Jerry. Do you have any movies that you are looking forward to this year? That you want to see in theater? I'm asking you this, Jerry. Do you have any movies that you're looking forward to in the cinema to see it? Oh, there we are. Jerry, I'm sure you'll be thrilled to know that Evil Dead 2, the sequel to the remake, is coming out this year. Yeah, I heard that actually. I heard that. And you know what? Actually, I'm going to give that one a shot. I'm going to give it a shot. And you know why? You know why? Let me tell you why. And this is me being really honest, okay? I'm going to give that a shot, and here's why. Because it takes Evil Dead out of the the forest environment. It's no longer in the woods, and they take Evil Dead to an urban setting. This new Evil Dead is going to take place in like an apartment building or in an office building. I think it was. I think it was in Los Angeles or something. Some one of those cities anyway. Maybe it was New York. I don't know. But it takes Evil Dead out of the woods into an urban setting, and I think that's a very interesting concept. I think that's a very interesting concept that could have a lot of potential, actually. So I'm going to give that one a shot. I'm going to give it a shot. I might hate it, but I'm going to give it a shot. But only because only because of the concept of like taking it to an urban setting. I think that's really interesting. So I'm going to give it a shot, but we'll see what happens. Maybe I will hate it, but we'll see. But yeah, Evil Dead 2, the remake. Yeah, it sounds weird as well, by the way. But yeah, but yeah, I'm going to give that a chance. I'm going to give that a chance for sure. But I was asking you, Jerry, do you have any movies that you are looking forward to seeing in the theater? Any movies that are coming out this year? Are you looking forward to any movie that you want to see in theater at all? I mean, out of all the movies, which movies are you excited for to see in theater? I'm curious to hear that. Let me know. Let's see, how are we doing? I have to check the statistics here. Yeah, we're good. We're coming up on 45 minutes now. That's good. Okay. So What was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah. Like what movies are you looking forward to see in the theater? Let me know. Let me know if you have any. Oh, what the hell? I think we're good. I think we're good. I thought I heard a cat, but I thought I heard a cat like scoping around in my like at my garbage cans. But Jerry's saying, there we go. Well, I'm very much a fan of European art cinema, so I'm pumped for the latest Almodovar. Is that correct? Almodovar film, Parallel Mothers, most and foremost, since it's coming out in a few weeks. Oh, I haven't heard of that one actually. I haven't heard of that one. I'll look it up. Hold on. I'll write that down. Hold on. I'll write that down. Let me write that down for a moment. Because I mean, you are watching my videos. I think you are, and I mean, you know how much I love European and like Italian cinema and stuff. So yeah, that's let me write that down for a moment. Oh, hey, there we are. Jason Brett is here. Hello, Undead. Happy New Year to you. Hope you're well, mate. Yeah, I am well, actually. Thank you, Jason. And Happy New Year to you as well. And let's hope 2022 will be a great year for us movie fans and collectors. But I was just saying that, like, the sad fact is that, like, in Holland, we are in lockdown now. So movie theaters and stuff have been closed at this point for at least a couple of weeks. So we'll see how it goes, but that's the way it is right now. Fortunately, we have physical media, right? Fortunately, we have physical media. So, but again, Happy New Year to you too, Jason, and I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing good as well. I hope you're doing good as well. And your girlfriend, by the way. I hope the both of you are doing good. So, and nice of you to be here. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. Jerry is saying Almodovar, Spain's natural treasure. Oh, so it's a Spanish filmmaker. Okay, that's interesting. I'll write that down. Hold on. I'll write that down. Almodovar. And what was the movie called again? Parallel Mothers. Okay. I'll write that down. So, okay. There we go. I'll look it up. So, Almodovar, Spain's national treasure. Yeah, okay. Oh, Jason Brad says, I've just picked up Stage Fright Aquarius on Blu-ray, a first for the UK. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I mean, Stage Fright, of course. Stage Fright is it's such a sleazy film, right? Stage Fright. I mean, that's the one directed by Michel Soavi, right? Michael Soavi, the Italian director. I think it's that one, if you mean that one, Stage Fright. But yeah, that's a pretty insane film. It's you know me. I love my European Italian cinema, so that's great. And Aquarius on Blu-ray, is that the TV show or is that a movie? I mean, I know there is a TV show, but is there a movie as well? I didn't know that. If it's a movie anyway. So but yeah, a first for the UK. Well, that's interesting. And yeah, I mean, I have a lot of things on pre-order right now, which is kind of crazy. So I think I have like 12 titles on pre-order, something like that. So I just hope that the mailing service is getting better, because December and November, they were a disaster. I mean, a lot of movies that like I pre-ordered like at the beginning of the year, I only got those like a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, there you go. Um, Aquarius is the alternative title for stage fright. Okay, okay, okay. There you go. I Why didn't I know that? It's okay, but that's okay. Aquarius. Okay, stage fright Aquarius. I did. I was supposed to. I'm supposed to know that, but I don't. So sorry. But thank you for letting me know that. Okay, so it's basically the same film. So okay, that's good. But it's still interesting that it's still interesting that it's like a first for the UK. Like that's like I Jason Brett is saying, I think it's what the film was called in Italy. I could be mistaken though. Oh yeah, that could very well be. That could very well be. I mean, the Italians they very often had different names for their films in Italy. And when it got released in England or America, they used a different title. So that's very possible. That's very possible. But it's very interesting that it's a first for the UK, because I don't remember, but I don't think it was on the Video Nasties list, right? I don't think so. At least not that movie. I think it was. I don't think so. I don't think it was on the Video Nasties list. But it's interesting that it's a first for the UK. But it's great that you were able to find a copy. It's great that you were able to find a copy. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, I'm all for Italian cinema and European cinema. I'm a sucker for that stuff. So, but actually, Jason, this year I'm gonna start this year. That's my New Year's resolution, by the way. Uh, yes, I have a New Year's resolution, which is something I never do. But my New Year's resolution is that I'm going to start collecting Asian films. That's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to start collecting Asian films. Because I hear there is a lot of great stuff out there in terms of Asian cinema, and I really want to dive into those. So yeah, that's my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna start collecting Asian films as well. As a matter of fact, I already have one on pre-order. I already have one on pre-order already. I think it's from 88 Films. I think it was. I think so. Yeah, I think so. But let's see. Jerry is saying, I don't think it was on the original Video Nasties list. Maybe on one of the additional Nasties list. Yeah, that could be. I mean, there were like I think there were three lists. I think, right? You had like section 1, section 2, section 3. So maybe it was on one of those other two lists, maybe, but I don't remember it being on there. So I have to look that up. But yeah. But by the way, Jason Brett, if you can recommend any Asian films to me, Jason, or Jerry, of course, let me know. If you want to give recommendations on Asian films, let me know, please, because I'm new to this. The Italian European films. I'm very well. I'm quite known with those, but in terms of Asian cinema, I don't know anything. So if you want to recommend titles to me for Asian films or whatever, let me know, because I'm very curious to see what's out there. So if you can recommend any movies to me, or something like that, that would be great. But let me know. Let me know. So, but yeah, I don't remember it being on the video nasties list, but maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to I have to look it up. I have to look it up because now I'm curious. Now I'm curious. It's because I just I'm not the biggest I'm not the biggest advocate of the video nasties list. Um, I don't really believe in the video nasties list, because here's the thing. I think the video nasties list is a very weird list. That's just my opinion. Um, oh, there we go. Jason Brett is saying, I recommend I Saw the Devil. It's an incredible Korean revenge film, one of the best of the genre. Okay. Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you. I'll write that down. I'll write it down. I Saw the Devil. Saw the Devil. Devil. There we go. I Saw the Devil. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. That sounds very interesting. That sounds very interesting. So thank you. I Saw the Devil. I'll look it up. And is it released by 88 Films or Arrow Video, or another some other label, or is it just like a regular release? Let me know. Oh, there we go. Jerry says, I'm sure you must be familiar with the late 1990s, early 2000s J-horror, Japanese horror, about the ghosts of dead girls with long black hair. Yeah, I know those. I mean, I've seen... those are the only I've seen, I think. I think those are the only ones I've seen. I've seen The Ring, and I've seen The Grudge. Those are two Asian films I have seen. Those are two Asian films I have seen, actually. Yes, but apart from that, I'm very new. I'm very new to the whole genre. So yeah. But again, Jason, let me know. Is I Saw the Devil? Is it released by any label, or is it just a regular, release? Let me know. But going back to the video nasties list for a bit. I think the video nasties list was a very weird list, in my opinion, because a lot of the movies on that list are, I don't think they're that extreme, to be honest. I don't think they're that graphic or violent or extreme. I mean, if you look at some modern day movies that are released today, like like a Serbian film, I bet I bet Jason Pratt is laughing right now, but like movies like a Serbian film, right? I mean, those movies are much more disturbing and graphic and violent than most of the titles on the video nasties list. I just think it's a very weird thing. But movie critics back in the day, they would watch those movies and they would watch the first 15 minutes, and something horrible would happen, and and that's basically all they were seeing. And then it was deemed like it was deemed irredeemable, right? It was deemed this can't happen, and it got to be on the video nasties list. It's, I don't know, it's a weird list, in my opinion. It's a weird list. So because I think there are a lot of movies out there today that are that are much more, you know, graphic and violent and disturbing. So yeah, that's just me. That's just me. But again, Jerry, yeah, I've seen The Grudge and I've seen The Ring, but apart from that, I'm not really familiar with Asian films. So let's see, where are we? Let's see. I saw The Devil. Yeah, I've written that down already. Hold on. There we go. Okay, there we are. Jerry is saying, are you in any way familiar with Audition 1999 by Takashi Miike, one of the sickest twists in cinema history? I did not actually. I'm not. I don't know that movie. Hold on. Let me write that down. Audition. There we go. Audition. All right. There we go. Audition, one of the sickest twists in cinema history. that sounds very intriguing, Jerry. That sounds very intriguing. But please, no spoilers, okay? No spoilers, because I want to be surprised. No spoilers, but that sounds very intriguing. That sounds very intriguing. So I've written it down. Audition by Takashi Miike. Yeah. Okay. I've written it down. So I already have a couple of titles that I can check out here. So that's good. Anyway, where are we? Let's see. Takashi Miike. So yeah, is it like Audition? Is that the right is that how you pronounce it? Audition. It's an interesting title. It's an interesting title, actually. That sounds very intriguing. Oh, hey, we have a new sub here. Let me read this. Sophie's Retro Revival. Is that how you pronounce it, Sophie? Is that how you pronounce? I guess your name is. Is your name Sophie? Let me know. Let me know if that's true. Sophie's Retro Revival just subbed. That's Jason's girlfriend. Happy New Year's, he says. Well, hi there. Happy New Year to you too, and I hope you will have a great 2022 as a as a person, but also as a movie fan, of course. So, I mean, that's why the community is here, right? So, but again, Happy New Year to you too, as well. Sophie's Retro Revival. There you go. And nice of you to be here, Sophie. Thank you very much. That is very that's very nice. That's very nice. Jerry is saying, I don't find the Video Nasties list to be that much weird. What I think is weird is how desensitized everyone has become to on-screen violence. I mean, there is no way for it to get worse. Yeah, that's true. And but I'm gonna give an example in a minute. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna give an example in a minute because we have Jason Brett here, who says it was an overreaction to the boom of home video, where anything could find its way into a video store. Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah, that was basically it. And there weren't any, like controls or anything, right? Or pieces of leverage which which the critics could use for like this is acceptable and that's not. That's absolutely true, but still, I think like I'm going to give an example. Okay, I'm going to give an example. For example, you have Lucio Fulci, Zombie Flesh Eaters, right? Zombie Flesh Eaters from Lucio Fulci, which is an amazing film. I love that film. But anyway, Zombie Flesh Eaters is a movie that got on the Video Nasties list. Okay, the only really horrible and graphic and violent content there is in that film is the only scene that is sort of like out there is like the splinter in the eye scene. You know, the wooden splinter in the eye. That's the only really graphic thing in Zombie Flesh Eaters. Apart from that, it's a pretty regular zombie film. But if you look at City of the Living Dead, also from Lucio Fulci, in City of the Living Dead, you have a scene with a guy being killed with a drill through the head. And you see that as well. There is a scene with a guy being, getting a drill through the head. And there is also a scene with a girl, like, puking up her own intestines, right? She throws up her own, organs and stuff. And that movie is not on the Video Nasties list. That movie is not on the Video Nasties list. See what I mean there? See what I mean? Like the balance is just not there. And it's I don't know. It's just weird. It's a little weird. Let's see. Sophie's Retro Revival. Yeah, I'm Sophie. Okay. Thank you for letting me know, Sophie. And again, nice of you to be here. That means a lot. That always means a lot. Let's see. We have Jason Brett. Parents and censors based their assumptions on the outlandish VHS cover art that doomed the certificated video cassettes sold in every video store at the time. Yeah, that's a big part of it. That was a big part of it, But people, here's the thing: people would look at these movie posters. People would look at the artwork and the posters, and like I said, maybe the trailer, or at least like a couple of minutes of the movie, and basically they were like making their judgment on that instead of watching the entire film first, and then making up their minds. It was kind of like they already made up their minds about things before they even saw the whole film, and that's what's bothering me about the Video Nasties list. So it's I don't know. It just feels like a strange process to me. It feels like a strange process because how can you honestly judge a movie and form an opinion about it if you haven't even seen it? So it's strange. It's strange anyway. But you're right, Jason. That's exactly what it was. It's weird. Sophie's Retro Revival. Love your accent. Oh, thank you, Sophie. Thank you very much. Actually, I'm from Holland. I don't know if you already knew this, but I'm from Holland. I live. How do I put this? I live like an hour away from Amsterdam. Amsterdam is the capital of Holland, of the Netherlands, and I live about like an hour away from Amsterdam, around an hour. So, but I'm Holland. I'm Dutch actually. I'm from Holland, so maybe that's the accent. So, Maybe that's it. But thank you very much, Sophie. Thank you very much. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. So yeah. So do you have your own channel as well, Sophie? Sophie's. Do you have your own channel as well, Sophie, or are you just on YouTube? Let me know. Let me know, because if you have your own um, if you have your own channel, let me know, because I will subscribe to you as well. So let me know, okay? Let me know. Jerry says, oh yeah, Jerry's here. Jerry says, oh yes, now I get your point. City of the Living Dead is definitely much more graphic than Zombie Flesh Eaters. Those responsible were probably judging those two by their respective VHS cover arts. Yes, yeah, well, exactly. That's what Jason said, like a couple of minutes ago. That's what Jason said a couple of minutes ago. That's exactly what it is. It's I don't know. It seems like an unfair process, really. It seemed like an unfair process, and I'm really glad that, today, with all of these labels, Arrow Video and 88 Films and Vinegar Syndrome and all of those labels, and I'm really glad that, like, the Video Nasties, that they are actually getting a release now. They are actually released on Blu-ray, the way the way it's meant to be seen. So people can finally, I guess people are finally ready to appreciate it for what it is. It's just sad that it took such a long time for people to see that, I guess. But yeah, it is what it is. Sophie is saying, I have a weak stomach, so I can't watch anything too graphic. Yeah, I can see that, Sophie. I can see that. Let me give you a tip. Let me give you a hint, because I think I remember, but your boyfriend Jason, I think Jason bought Cannibal Holocaust a while back. I think so. I think you didn't you, Jason? I think you did, right? You bought Cannibal Holocaust, but from Grindhouse release, right? But Sophie, take my word for it. Like, don't watch that film. Don't watch that film. If you have a weak stomach, don't watch that film. Even the version without the animal cruelty, even the version without the animal killings, you probably don't want to watch that film. You probably don't want to watch Cannibal Holocaust. It's a rough watch. It's a rough watch. So that just a little hint to you, Sophie. Don't watch Cannibal Holocaust. So, because I believe Jason has it in his collection right now. So yeah, but don't watch it if you have a weak stomach. Don't. Um, Jason is saying the government believed that the working class were not smart enough to not copy the murders seen in those films, and it was a dumb approach. Yeah. It's it's weird. It's weird. And look, I'm the first person to say it. Like, video games, movies, and I've said this before in one of my videos. Actually, I've said this before in one of my videos. Video games, movies, TV shows, even music. All of those things, they don't cause violence. Movies don't cause violence. Video games don't cause violence. People cause violence. People cause violence, and it has nothing to do with with movies or video games or anything like that. I firmly believe that, and I will not, you know uh, until the day I die, I will believe that. It's just not, that's just not fair. That's just not fair. And it's like it. For example, in my childhood, I've had a lot of problems. I was bullied. I was depressed. There were a lot of things. I had a lot of troubles in my childhood, but I still didn't go out onto the street and like starting to beat people or stab people or whatever. No, I didn't, because I went to find help, and I got help, and I'm here now, and I'm good, and I've been better. I've been better ever since. And so and still, even when I was like depressed and stuff, I watched a lot of horror movies, and none of that ever affected me. So I will always believe that video games, movies, all of that stuff, they don't cause violence or anything like that. It's people cause violence. And that's just my take on it. That's my take on it. Let's see. Sophie is saying, always wanted to visit Amsterdam. Well, that's like, it's a great city. It's a great city. It's a great city. But let me give you a hint. If you ever come to Holland, go and watch more than Amsterdam itself, because Holland has a lot of really nice, beautiful places, and a lot of great nature. For woods and stuff like that. So don't stick to Amsterdam. Go out there. If you ever come to Holland, go out there and go beyond Amsterdam and see what Holland is all about. That would be my advice to you. Sophie is also saying, I did make videos for a while, but I got weird comments, so I made them private, but I'm coming back soon, hopefully. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to hear that, Sophie. I'm sorry to hear that. That's like, yeah. I mean, like, let me say this, Sophie. Let me say this. Trolls are always out there. There are always people who are going to troll every single video that you are posting. And people are always going to leave negative content, negative comments and stuff, because they can. They have the opportunity, they have the means. People are always going to be mean, one way or another. But try not to let that get you down. Try not to let you limit that in doing what you love. So if you love making videos, just try to do it in a different way, maybe on a different channel. But never let people tell you what you can't and can do. Can and can't do. Never let people tell you that. If you love making videos, you go for it, really. And it doesn't matter what you talk about. You can talk about books or music or movies or whatever. But if you really love it, do it. And it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people think, right? So just some advice, Sophie. Just some advice. Don't let people get you down. Don't let people get you down. Jason is saying, I did buy Cannibal Holocaust. Haven't seen it yet. Still, it's yeah, it's I'll be the first to admit it. It's a rough watch. It's a rough watch. So yeah, it's you have to be in the right mood for it. I guess you have to be in the right mood for it as well. I guess. Um, Jerry is saying the one and only scene in Cannibal Holocaust that killed me. Speaking of weak stomachs, is the turtle scene. Okay, Jerry. Jerry, be careful with spoilers. Be careful with spoilers, because Jason hasn't seen it yet. Jason hasn't seen it yet, so be careful with spoilers. Okay, be careful with spoilers. But turtle scene, that is where it crossed the line for me. And I get it that the turtle would be used for food anyways, but that scene to me is still unwatchable to this day. Yeah, it's it's rough. It's really rough, and I'm the first person to say it, right? I don't condone anything like that at all. It's very problematic, and it has huge issues, and I'm not condoning that at all. But um but if you are digging into the film Cannibal Holocaust, if you are digging into how the film was made, um you sort of understand like why they kind of had to do it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But um that's all I'm gonna say about it. But uh because I have a review of Cannibal Holocaust on my channel. So Jerry, if you're curious, watch my review on Cannibal Holocaust. It's on my channel. So if you are interested, watch that. But so if you are really looking into Cannibal Holocaust and how it was made, you sort of understand why they kind of had to do that. But it's very problematic, and it has a lot of issues. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. So Jason is saying, I'm fortunate to have the animal cruelty free version. I have that one as well, Jason. I have the Grindhouse release where you can watch both the cruelty version, the animal cruelty version, uh, and the version with the animal killings. So you can choose. So we probably have the same version, Jason. Still can't say I'm looking forward to watching the film, but as a horror film, I feel like I need to see Cannibal Holocaust. Yeah, I mean it's like I said, Jason. Like I said, it's a very rough film. It's a very rough film. It is. It's very rough. Very rough, and it's there. And again, there are things in it that are very problematic, and I will never ever defend you know those things that happen in the film. Especially the animal stuff, especially the animal stuff. That I won't ever defend that's just really really rough. But as someone who loves the film, and I'm just gonna say this, as someone who really loves the film, and not because of like the animal stuff and all the things that make it problematic, but I do think that there is a lot to love in Cannibal Holocaust. In terms of music, in terms of cinematography, in terms of like how the movie is made, and also like the social commentary in that film. But you know all of this, Jason. I think you've seen my review on Cannibal Holocaust, so I think you already know this. But there is a lot to love in Cannibal Holocaust, but it's absolutely true. It is very rough. It is very rough, and I can see why you are hesitant to watch the film. I can see you're not looking forward to it. I can really see. I can see that totally. Um, Sophie is saying, I was going to talk about my business making homemade cards and jewelry, but still talk about films. Well, there you go. Sophie. If that's great, that's great. If that's your thing, then go for it. Go for it. That sounds really interesting. So there you have it. And you know again, go for it, and don't let people stop you. If that's what you want to do, that's what you're going to do. I Here's the thing. In the past I've had people commenting all the time about when I first got started. I've had like a lot of people, commenting on my videos. Well, I don't like this, and you should change that. And why aren't you doing this? And are you sure you want to do that? And it's like, this is my YouTube channel. This is my YouTube channel. I make videos the way I want to make them. I want, I make videos and I make content the way I want to make it. And people can watch that, or they they don't have to watch that. People can like it and they can dislike it. But at the end of the day, they are my videos and it's my content. And the same goes for Jason. The same goes for Jason, who makes fantastic videos, or Leon Talks Film, who makes great content. And the same goes for John from Mondo Celovec Movies. Everybody is making content in their own way. And I think that's what makes the community so great. And people can bash on me all they want, but at the end of the day, it's my channel and it's my content. So there you have it, Sophie. There you have it. Go for it, and I hope it will be successful. I hope your channel will be great. I really do. I really hope so. Jerry is saying, I'm sorry, I'll be sure to be careful with spoilers. No problems. No trouble. Just be careful. Just be careful. Jerry is also saying, oh, by the way, I just love how the opening theme in Cannibal Holocaust is shamelessly misleading, so comforting, so calming. Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things of the film. It's the music in that film is marvelous. Is marvelous. The music is absolutely beautiful. The soundtrack is great. Sophie is saying thank you. Well, you're welcome, Sophie. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Jerry is saying, Undead, speaking of content, how do you like the movie reactions format that became very popular on YouTube in 2021? I like it. I really do. I like it. I mean, it's not for me. I will never, movie reactions, they're just not for me. I'd rather dive into the movies itself and make reviews and stuff like that, and talk about the film and dissecting it, like, what makes the film good or bad or whatever. So movie reactions, they're not really my thing. But there are a lot of people who do that, and there are some people who do it really well. So I like that. I like that. The best thing about that, the best part about that is, actually people watching movies they have never seen before, especially young kids, right? Especially young teenagers, like 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, especially when they do it, then it's really good. I mean, if you, I don't know if you check this, but if you look up some of the reactions of the Exorcist, right? The original Exorcist, that is fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Look, especially one particular scene, which which I won't go into, but that's great. And so yeah, there are some channels who are quite good at it actually, but for me it's not really my thing. I'd rather talk about the movies itself and stuff, and dissect them, and like see what makes them good or bad, things like that. So I would probably never do movie reactions myself, but it's that there are some people who are really good at it. So yeah, it's but I like some of them. I like some of them. Is someone sending me a text? Hold on, I have to check. Hold on one moment. Is someone texting me right now? That's annoying. Go away. So anyway, sorry about that. Someone was texting me. Anyway, but so yeah, Jerry, that's my take on movie reactions. I like that people do it, but it's for me it's not my thing personally. So it's there you go. Let's see, where are we? Oh, we're like an hour and a half already. That's great. Oh, there we go. Jerry says, "Oh yes, watching very young kids watching The Exorcist, Psycho, etc. makes you wonder just how electrifying and shocking all those films were at the time of their release." Yeah, that's right. That's right. And that's right. And it's just really really good. It's just really good. But not even horror films. I've seen people watching movies like Jurassic Park for the first time, or watching, I don't know, watching Dangerous Minds for the first time, or watching Free Willy for the first time. Watching Saving Private Ryan for the first time. There are a lot of people who are doing reactions right now, and just to see the look on their faces, and their emotional response to those films and stuff, it's a lot of fun to see. It's a lot of fun to see. And it's pretty great. It's pretty great. So yeah. Let's see. Like I said, we're like an hour and a half in already. That's crazy. But it's good. It's good. We have a lot of people in the chat here, so that's good. But yeah, they're a lot of fun to watch. So yeah. And I think I think it's also like, I think also a lot of people are like looking for ways to watch movies Because of course you can't go to the theaters right now. Everything is closed, and YouTube is basically like the format right now. And people are just looking for different ways of watching films, I guess. And post content, right? Jerry says, since 2021 is over, why don't you tell what your worst cinematic disappointments are that you had to deal with? Okay. Let's see. Cinematic disappointments. Well, I mean, it's not just 2021, but it's like cinematic disappointments in general. Because with that, I have a lot of cinematic disappointments in general. Because, for example, one thing that really bothers me is that, like, why can't people show up in time? I have a lot of people here in Holland, and I'm in the movie theater. I'm gonna watch a movie, and this, the room is already dark, right? The lights have gone off, and the trailers have started, right? The trailers are starting to show, and still you get like a group of like 10 people. They are coming in, they are opening the door, and light comes bursting in, and people are like trying to find their seats, and they like make noise, and they are like walking in front of the screen, and it's like, let me just watch the movie in the trailers. Can't you just let me have my theatrical experience? Really? Is it that much trouble to be there on time? Really? So that's one. Another one is that, like, why do people always feel the need to, whenever the movie is on, when I'm watching the movie, there is always someone next to me or in front of me who has their iPhone, like, who are on their iPhone, like this, right? And not even on the I can't speak. Not even on their iPhone, but also like with the light like so bright. The light is so bright. And when they are sitting in front of you, like, the light is so bright, honestly, it feels like, it's like the Ark of the Covenant opening up from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and my face is melting away, really. It's really grinding my gears. I mean, are you really incapable of, getting rid of your iPhone for like an hour and a half or 2 hours? Really? Are you that addicted to your iPhone? That's so annoying. But usually I call someone from the front desk, or I get one of the guards or whatever, and I usually say something, and then either the people have to shut off their iPhone, or they have to leave the theater. So, and people can call me a traitor all they want, but let me just have my theatrical experience. That is all I want. I paid my ticket. I have my soda or beer or whatever. I have my snacks or whatever. I just wanna watch a movie, people. I wanna watch a movie. So please, But yeah, it's really annoying. It's really annoying. Oh, Jerry agrees with me. Jerry agrees with me. Jerry is saying those ones are really annoying. So yeah, they are. They are, and it's really a thing, and and it happens over and over and over again. Like every movie that I go to, there is always like one person. There is always one person. It's really I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's really uh Jerry is saying, as usual, I wouldn't want you to deal with a sore throat tomorrow after talking for 3 hours. It was a pleasure and honor to witness your new live stream. Please take care and happy 2022 again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day here. You're right. I think I'm gonna call it a day here. Otherwise, I'm gonna have a sore throat anyway. But yeah, so I'm closing this live stream now. Those of you who have watched, Jerry, Jason, Sophie, thank you very, very much for watching my video, for watching my live stream, and for leaving comments and questions. Thank you very much again, Jerry, Sophie, Jason. Thank you very much. It means a lot that you showed up here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for watching my videos. And there are more videos coming out. I promise. There are more videos coming out, and there are more live streams coming out. So it's 2022 is going to be a good year. I'm sure of it. I have hopes. So fingers crossed. But anyway, again, thank you all for being here. It was a lot of fun. Have a good week. Stay safe and healthy as always. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everyone. Bye. Thank you for being here. Bye.